stronger than you've felt in years. Advanced mitochondrial formula. A lot of us struggle with low energy and fatigue, especially as we get older. So we drink coffee, green tea, energy drinks, or even mushroom coffee to give ourselves a boost. Those beverages are all well and good. Some of them even have some health benefits. But they won't fix your fatigue. They'll only give you a temporary energy boost. That's because they don't address the root cause of fatigue, low energy production by the cells of the body. Think about it. Every cell in your body needs energy to function. So doesn't it make sense that the less energy your cells have, the poorer they function? And doesn't it make sense that the more poorly your cells function, the older you'll feel? Of course it does. But here's great news. You can flood your cells with energy, and flood your body with an amazing young again feeling by upgrading your mitochondria. 2 things you may not know about mitochondria. If you're well read, you probably know about mitochondria, the tiny power plants that produce energy in your cells. But here are 2 things you may not know. Number 1, your mitochondria are by far the single most important key to healthy aging. Number 2, it's possible to make your mitochondria stronger and more efficient, and even to increase the number of mitochondria in each and every cell in your body. How to raise your NAD levels by 3000% in just 30 minutes. You've probably heard of NAD. Celebrities rave about how NAD IVs and NAD boosting supplements help them stay youthful and energized. And no wonder. Your mitochondria need this miracle molecule to make energy. Your brain can't think without NAD. Your heart can't beat without NAD. Your lungs, bones, joints, hormones, and sex drive, all of it requires NAD. That's how important NAD is to your health and energy levels. Dancing NAD chart. The cool thing is your mitochondria can actually make NAD. When you're young, your mitochondria are great at doing this. But as you get older, your mitochondria get worse at making NAD. In fact, by the time you hit your 40s, your NAD levels have plummeted to half of where they were in your 20s. Your NAD levels keep dropping with age, forcing your cells to have less energy to function. Dr. Frank Schallenberger Drive. Frank Schallenberger is a 77-year-old physician who looks his age but doesn't feel his age. Not even close. In fact, if you were to measure him on all the usual markers of aging, you'd see that he is actually decades younger than his age. His lung capacity is 102%, which is 2% higher than the average 40-year-old. His functional strength is 115%, which is 15% higher than the average 40-year-old. His fasting blood sugar is 88 and his fasting insulin is 4. His resting heart rate is 54, which is on par with an athlete half his age. And his body fat is 13%, which, again, is ideal for a fit man half his age. But more important than his numbers are what those numbers empower him to do. Most people his age are slowing down. But he is more active than ever. He spends his days seeing patients at his medical clinic in Carson City, Nevada. And in his spare time, he does medical research, writes books and articles, does podcast interviews, and conducts seminars for doctors. Plus, he has no trouble riding his bicycle around Lake Tahoe, backpacking up the Sierra Mountains, cutting trees on his property, or making the 215-mile drive to San Francisco to visit his daughter. In other words, he does pretty much whatever he wants, whenever he wants, without limiting himself. And it all has to do with your mitochondria. Now you can support the health of your mitochondria and support energy production with the essential nutrients found in advanced mitochondrial formula, which includes Dr. Frank Schallenberger 3 primary Mito booster nutrients. Number 1, niacinamide, a special form of vitamin B3 that can boost NAD levels by 3000% almost instantly. Niacinamide. Number 2, D-ribose, a 5-carbon sugar that does not raise blood sugar and fuels mitochondria with the essential building block of ATP. D-ribose. Number 3, Itadori extract, as Polygonum cuspidatum, one of a tiny handful of nutrients that can activate sirtuins, the body's longevity enzyme. Sirtuins are protein enzymes made in your mitochondria and other parts of your cells that work like an anti-aging switch. Itadori 8 additional energy-enhancing nutrients. Pyrroloquinoline quinone, PQQ, activates the PGC1 alpha gene that tells your brain cells to make new mitochondria. Acetyl L-carnitine, the form of carnitine that's easiest for your body to absorb and use. It shuttles healthy fat from the foods you eat straight into your mitochondria. Click the link below.